Hey guys, welcome back to my video series on solving LeetCode problems. Next problem is intersection of two arrays, part 2. So given two integer arrays nums1 and nums2, return an array of their intersection. Each element in the result must appear as many times as it shows in both arrays, and you may return the result in any order. So nums1 is 1, 2, 2, 1, nums2 is 2, 2, output is 2, 2. And so I guess we have the intersection of both of them is 2, 2. The intersection of 4, 9, 5 is 9, 4, 9, 4, or 4, 9. Oh, it's the least amount. I get it. So if this was 9, 4, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 4, it would still be 4, 9 because I have 1, 4 and 1, 9. Doesn't matter how many 9s I have here. If I have at least one 9, then the 9 will show. So let's create a directory for this. Okay, make directory 350 intersect arrays 2 code 350 solution.py. So let me just copy this. Solution.intersect of, copy the example, and let me import list from typing. So what do I do here? Shall I use a set or shall I use something different? I don't know. So I need a counter. I need to count things. So from collections, import counter. And my counter is going to be counter. And can I initiate it with this? I think I can. Let me just print. So a counter is like a key value pair, and the key can be anything, the value is integers. My counter 49511. Okay. And now what I can do is for num in nums2, if num let's do my other counter, and I'm going to initiate the other counter with nums2. So what I'm going to do is, if can I intersect things? Would be interesting if I could intersect. No, I can't. But with sets, maybe I could. Okay, let's do set of, I'll say valid integers is the set of nums1 dot intersect with set of nums2, and then we just do a list. And actually Let me just put us here. And at this moment we already have which integers are valid, which will be 4 and 9. I wanted to do this. So 9 and 4, 4 and 9. So what I can do here is I can do counter of x for x in nums if x in valid integers. And I can do the same thing for in nums 2, and then I return then I need to check like the okay, for I in valid integers, for each valid integer I need to check the smallest of the counts. So it will be the final value is a list of integers, which is starts as an empty list, and I do final value dot append, actually extend, and I'm going to do I, so case 4 times the minimum of my counter of I and my other counter of I. I think the minimum only takes one argument. Argument 2. Oh, maybe this will work. And then at the end we return final value. So I want 4, 9 as my final value. 9, 4. Tomato, tomato. I'm happy with it. Let's just submit and hope for the best. Okay, it works. Runtime, it was good. Memory, well, it consumes a lot of memory, I guess, because I have one set and then I have 2 counters. Maybe I could do something like for x in nums 2, if x in valid integers, I could do something like my counter of x minus equals 1, and then I would do for extend the maximum, actually the minimum. No, I want maximum value of my counter and 0 in case of negative values. Maybe this will give me some, I messed up somewhere, so let's check my counter. -1, -1. Yeah, because it has too many. Well, I don't know. There's probably a way to optimize this, but let's see. At this moment, my counter is 4191. If it becomes negative, then I will not know the minimum of that. Well, I actually don't know how to do it. I'm gonna stick with my solution here. Let's just check other solutions. Very easy, 100%. Arrays sort, oh, it's using sorted arrays. Oh, get it, it's just using sorted arrays and checking when an element ends. I'm not sure if this will be better though. Two-pointer approach, yeah, with sorted. Let's do that and see if we get better results. nums1 dot sort, nums2 dot sort. So num1 index equals 0, num2 index equals 0, while num1 index is smaller than length of nums1, or and num2 index is smaller than length of nums2. While this is small, we can say that, let's see, like final values list integers nothing. So while this and while that, we can say, oh, let's say num1 equals nums1 index, num2 equals num2 index, and if num1 is smaller than num2, then final values dot append num1, and num1 index gets incremented, and we can do the same thing opposite if num2 is bigger. So it's like a LF. So same thing, num2, and then else if they're both equal, what can I do? I can check, yeah, what if both of them are equal? Oh, actually no, if this one's smaller than that, I'm not appending, I am going like this, I'm skipping it until they're the same, else final values dot append num1 or num2, and then I just increment both. And then return final values. Let's go. 4, 9. And now we don't need to use a counter. So it did worse. So it's another way of doing it. It did worse. Let me just submit again. See if it did better. Well, it did even better than before. Okay, so sorting is worth it. Thanks for watching.